Good afternoon, everyone. Hail ravaging Alberta, Canada. All-time record crop insurance claims. Flooding. Brazilian corn crop lower than estimated. Baltic wheat lower than estimated. German grain harvest down. Dismal harvest for French fruit. Vegetable prices up. China expecting the worst ag output in over 50 years. Record flooding across Louisiana. The Hudson Bay hurricane occurring at the exact same time. Fields looking like this. So much rain that the rice heads are now starting to sprout in the fields, as well as sorghum. A look at the loss versus gain on wheat globally. Please join me over on my Mini Ice Age fan page on Facebook. When you're thinking about hail-ravaged crops, you need to start thinking about insurance claims as well on these crops. Alberta coming up on the all-time record crop loss in history. 100-year floods, hail damage, and now the insurers need to pay out. Jumping over to the Baltic, Lithuania, 6 million metric tons, down 9.5% from a year earlier. We continue over to Germany, down 5.3 million tons, about 7%. France in the news all the time from drastic floods reducing their wheat crops, hail damaging the wine vineyards. It's just been on in France. And then the headlines, dismal harvest, fruit and vegetable price increase minimum 18%. Nice infographic here of the agriculture industry and price rises in France. Comparison of this year, loss versus gain on just the wheat harvest. Notice how much Europe is in the red, literally. India, Kazakhstan, and China will also have to be updated as they lost most of their spring wheat and they will not be able to plant this year because of all the floods for their winter wheat. Brazilian corn crop down slightly, 4 million tons. But then jumping back over to China, the worst agricultural output plunge in 50 years. It does follow on the heels of El Nino spikes and then quick drop-offs into La Nina, which we're about to experience right now. 1985, 1999, output fell, prices up. Usually it would take about 5 to 6 years to be full recovery, but this year's floods put so much chemical into the waters that flowed down the rivers. Not only were there motor fuel oils and chemicals and petrochemicals, just entire floods of warehouses and cities just being swept downstream all over the farm fields. So you need to ask yourself, what types of damage will there be in replanting actually in the soil composition? And if they'll be able to even use some of that land that was before crop growing land. To be seen next year when they try to plant. Jumping over to Louisiana, record flood. Look at that, went from 2 feet to 28 feet in 12 hours. So much rain came down at the same exact time that the Hudson Bay hurricane, which is in Canada, the brown anti-clockwise swirl, and the deep pink at the bottom in Louisiana, both of these events occurred at the exact same time. Looking at the 72-hour rainfall, 30 inches, that's nearly 3 feet. And that storm system just stalled right over, just dropping even more rain after that, another foot. It just kept adding up, and this is what the farm fields look like in Louisiana currently. Tractors underwater as well. This is going to push rice to 5-year highs. Although the U.S. isn't the main grower and exporter on the planet, as Asia is, they still, in North and South America, are a large producer. One of the problems was so much rain came down nonstop for so long that it soaked the heads, if you will, and the sprouts are actually coming out of the heads in the field now. Same thing with the sorghum. And the water continues to stay. The levees were broken. The water is really not draining off, and it's just going to soak the fields further. Second rice crop could be lost, and they're about 7 to 10 days right now behind harvesting in some of the areas that weren't as badly hit in the floods. Now, taking a look at the rate of yield change, 2014-15, they finally have the numbers in. Red is 0 or loss. Green is gain. Bright green is a lot of gain. So when this comes out, you'll notice that Europe will turn completely red, as well as parts of China and India. This map is going to flip with the wheat when they come out with the 2015-16 coming up in about 5 months from now. They should have the new numbers out. Thanks for watching. Hope you got something out of the video. Please jump over to my new fan page on Facebook, Mini Ice Age. I load a lot of stuff up there that I don't include in the videos that I find in my research. And as always, if you're going to be trading agriculture, you'll need to think about trading with the grand solar minimum effects in mind. Bob over at Trade Genius, straight on this. Feel free to contact him. He'll be happy to talk with you and lay out their strategy on how they're trading for the upcoming weather changes.